Hello, welcome to NPS, where I explore how to enact a new political system, a system that is more modern, more democratic, less extreme, and less influenced by lobbyists. So what do I mean? How is this system new and different? Well, right now, as a Canadian, I get asked to vote about once every 4 years. I have a choice of maybe 3 viable parties, and that's it. My opinion is no longer required until the next election. Fundamentally, this is what we want to change. Now, imagine you had an app on which were summaries of the bills that your representative would vote on in the near future. The summaries are in text, video, and audio. Looking at them is about as easy as a YouTube video. And you're able to answer simple multiple choice questions on the contents of the bill. Based on these responses, your representative would vote according to the opinion of all of his constituents, not what the party tells him to vote, but what the people he represents actually wants him to vote. This simple innovation, having your representative vote as his voters want each and every day, disrupts the need for political parties. It can fundamentally change politics as we've known it for so long. And we can implement this right away. We don't need any new laws. We don't need to ask permission. Within a matter of months, NPS representatives could begin canvassing for votes and winning by elections quite quickly afterwards. This is my first video on this idea, the very beginning. One guy trying to grow an idea. My goal with these videos is to get critique, and if the concept has legs, build support to implement it. Implementing it means building the software, getting representatives, putting the app out to people, and getting people elected. We improve the implementation as we learn. Obviously, please like, share, and hype. At this very early stage, the support of each viewer is vital. Please comment. We want to hear your opinions where you like the idea, where you think it won't work. This is vitally important. Finally, of course, subscribe. I have a sequence of videos coming diving into specific aspects of NPS. For example, the next video will be on implementation, focusing on the short term. What are the steps we have to do to turn this from a concept as it is now to a prototype, to a working version that can get people elected? What are the resources we need? What are the steps we need to take? The video after that will show a tour through the app. I have a prototype I can demo. We'll go through the process of using it and what it can do. Then we'll start dealing with how you control bots, keep it fair and honest, and how you prove that the results that are used are the results that were entered. Then we'll do a video on where NPS can be used. The federal, state, and municipal level, what countries, will make a list. This concept works globally. While we work to try and get an MP elected in Canada, we can in parallel be working in Brazil and Belgium. I'll do a video on the history of parliamentary politics, a deep dive into the questions that will be asked by the app on the bill, another one on roles and responsibilities, on lobbying, and finally a detailed video on how an NPS government could be set up and working, how they'd set up the cabinet, and how things would work day to day. Now, take as an example a Canadian federal member of parliament. After he's elected, his primary job is voting on bills presented by the government. The opinion of his constituents is no longer relevant. He does what his party tells him to do. If he's in the ruling party, he votes yes on everything. If he's in the opposition, he votes no. He may know a bill is unpopular with his constituents. It doesn't matter. This is party politics. It made sense 200 years ago when communication took days or weeks and the only way to talk back to people was a newspaper. This is 2026. We can do better. NPS will bring the MP back to what his job is supposed to be, representing his voters vote by vote. As I said at the start, the system is more modern, it uses an app, more democratic because people are expressing their opinions continuously, less extreme because multiple choice questions limit extremist views, and less influenced by lobbyists because there's far more people involved, reducing their ability to change decisions. I said this is something we can implement in a couple of months, and that's correct. But that doesn't mean I expect it to revolutionize politics party politics anytime soon. There will be a lot of challenges along the way, more than we expect. Will people actually use the app, or will it just be too boring? Will the questions adequately cover the content and bring meaningful, useful answers? Will people across the political spectrum feel that the answers to the questions include their opinions? Finally, will people trust them? Will they trust this new system? Of course, they just have to trust the system more than they trust the parties we're competing with. There it is, my idea to finally modernize politics. Give me your thoughts in the comments. There's Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon links in the description because this movement will need money. Not a ton, but enough. The next video will be on implementation. Thanks for your time, and I hope to see you there.